All right, grade 10, here we go. Dr. G's top 5 unit conversions in under 15 minutes. These are real life situations and real problems that we gotta solve. All right, problem number 5. Going to Accra Mall with US dollars. Gotta convert to Ghana Cedi. What are we gonna do? $1 is equal to 580. It's a very good day. Gonna make some money. All right, I got $50 in my pocket. How am I gonna convert that into Cedi? All right, let's use the rules that we had. Okay, remember we have dollars as units on this side. Cedi is going to be on that side. What I'm going to try to do is do unit conversion. Now, I know a lot of you have a sixth sense about converting and you like to do it in your head. But in physics, it's really good to have it written on paper so you can see units canceling and know that you're doing all your calculations right. All right, here we go. So how do I get the dollars out? All right, it's 50 bucks. I'm going to use the proportion that has been already created for me over here. And what I remember from the video that I just saw is in order to get rid of the dollars, I have to have it on the bottom of that proportion. And CDs would be on the top of that proportion. And then I just fill in here. So 5.8 for every dollar. And I can see that the dollars are going to cancel out if I multiply those fractions, leaving me only with CDs. And the answer here will be 290 CDs. All right, does that make sense? I can do this in my head. $100 times 5.8 would give me 580 CDs. I know that from the last time I went to the bank. So half of $100 is 50. So it should be a little bit less than 580 or half of that, 290. That makes sense. That means the method works. All right, on to the next one, converting miles into kilometers. This often happens on treadmills or when you're doing a workout program that is American or when you go to United States. Very important thing for Canadians when they're going shopping to understand how to convert miles into kilometers. Okay, so let's imagine that I did a 15-mile run this morning. That's a really long run. How many kilometers is that going to be? Okay, well, in order to convert that, we do the exact same thing. I have miles on this side, and I'm trying to get kilometers on the other side. So, using this proportion that's already been set, I'm going to multiply and set up that proportion to get rid of the miles. So miles has to be on the bottom. Kilometers has to be on the top. And then I just fill in for every mile. That is equal to 1.609 kilometers. I have 15 of them. If I get into my calculator, everyone go into your calculator, multiply 15 by 1.609. You can press pause and get that sorted out. And after doing that, you'll find out that it's 24.1 kilometers. Now, in physics, before moving on, we need to look at this number and say, does it make sense? Does my calculation make sense, or did my buttons in my calculator make an error? So 15 miles times 1.6, about 1.5 of 15. So what's half of 15? That's 7.5. So 7.5 plus 15, my answer should be around 23, but it's 0.6, so a little bit more than 23. Yeah, that number for me makes sense. After you've done that self-check and you made sure that the units canceled out, left you with the units that you want, you can then put a box. Oops. You can put a box around that answer. Oh no. I'll leave it like that. You put a box around your answer to say that yes, you've gone through and corrected it, and Picard's happy. All right. Next question, converting years into seconds. A lot of physics is involved in calculating rates of change. And we'll be looking at the SI unit of time, which is seconds. So you'll have to be calculating years in seconds, days in seconds, minutes in seconds, okay? And you have to be able to use those proportions. So let's take a look at how do I convert 7 years into seconds, okay? So this is gonna be an interesting one because we're gonna have a long string of conversions that we can set up all in one line. So my final unit is gonna be seconds. What do I have to do to convert years all the way to seconds? Okay, so I'm going to show you my step-by-step conversions using all these equalities. Okay, so 7 years into seconds. So if I'm going to multiply, the first thing I want to do is I want to convert years into something that I can manage. All right, so I'm going to convert years into days. Okay, so 7 years. If I want to get rid of the years, I put years on the bottom. For every year, I have 365 days. That allows me to cancel the years. Now I'm left in days. And then if I want to cancel days and work myself towards seconds, I can look over here. For every day, I have 24 hours. So I put a day here, and I have 24 hours. Now that cancels out the days, and I'm left with hours. If I want to get rid of the hours, for every hour, I have 60 minutes. That cancels out my hours. And if I want to turn minutes into seconds, for every minute, I have 60 seconds. All right, now I've set up all these conversions. Each step along the way is moving my conversion towards seconds. So when you multiply everything together, 7 times 365 over 1, times 24 over 1, times 60 over 1, times 60 over 1. If you put that into your calculator, you get 2.2 times 10 to the 8. That's a lot of seconds. Okay, now, of course, I calculated this a little bit before coming to this class, but put that in your calculator, make sure that you're getting something very similar, and you can go back and check. You can work your way backwards by dividing 60, dividing 60, dividing 24, dividing 365. Does that give you 7 years? All right. The next one, converting pounds into kilograms. This happens at the gym. Okay, in Canada, we measure things in pounds at the gym, but everywhere else, they measure kilograms. So I need to figure out, can I lift this? Oh, no. All right, so here I'm going to look at my weight. This is probably an underestimate after sitting at home for about 4 months. 200 pounds into kilos, okay? You go to a driver's license in Europe, you got to report your weight in kilos or your mass in kilos. So how do I convert pounds into kilos? I use this proportion. I'm trying to convert pounds into kilograms. I have 200 of them. I have to put pounds on the bottom in order to cancel that out, kilograms on the top. So for every 1 kilogram, I have 2.2 pounds. Now what this means is I take 200 pounds times 1 divided by 2.2, and that's going to give me how many kilos. Okay, and if I put that into my calculator, see the pounds cancel out. If I put that into my calculator, I get 90.9 kilograms. All right, last one, converting heights. All right, in North America, we like to report our heights in feet and inches. For example, I am now shorter than I was before. I am 5 foot 10 inches. I used to be closer to 6 feet. Things are changing. All right, so how do I do this? Well, in this case, I have a mixture of units. I got feet and inches, and I want to convert them into meters. Okay, something that you would need in Europe and even in Ghana. We have to record our height in meters on driver's license. So how do we do that? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert feet into inches. Okay, so let's do that. 5 feet times, all right, that allows me to calculate the feet and get to inches. Okay, so how many inches per foot? It says 12 inches per foot. So 12 gives me 60 inches. So my total height is equal to 60 inches plus 10 inches, which is equal to 70 inches. All right, that's my total height in inches. Now I just have to do a couple more conversions. Now I got to go from inches into meters. Okay, so I look up here, 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, and 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So I'm going to combine those into one statement. All right, so I have 70 inches on this side, and on the other side, I'm going to have meters. So what am I going to do? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert inches into centimeters using this relationship. So 70 inches times, and if I put that up, remember the inch goes on the bottom to cancel it out. Centimeters will go on the top. For every 1 inch, I have 2.54 centimeters. I got that from this equality, okay? Then that allows me to cancel the inches and I'll have measurements in centimeters. Then I will put centimeters on the bottom to cancel out the centimeters and leave meters on the top. And I use this equality over here, 1 meter, 100 centimeters. So for every 1 meter, I have 100 centimeters. So what does this mean? 70 times 2.54 times 1 divided by 100. That's how I'm going to put that into my calculator. And that gives me 1.78 meters. So hopefully this series of unit conversions that I've shown you here will help you with your homework, but also help you along the way for the next 2 years, because unit conversions and unit cancellation is at the heart of physics. We check whether we did an equation correctly by looking if our units have canceled out. So hopefully what I showed you today is the importance of writing units beside every number that you put into an equation, because that way I can go back and keep track that I did the operations correctly. All right, good luck.